At the end of 2012, U.S. carbon dioxide emissions were down 12% relative to 2005 levels. I had the pleasure or displeasure of being a climate change negotiator for the U.S. in Copenhagen in 2009. And if you had told me in 2009 that we would be 12% below 2005 levels without passing cap and trade legislation, I would have danced a jig. Now, most of the reason why emissions fell so fast was the economy collapsed. And that's why emissions declined so rapidly in Europe over the past 5-6 years as well. But the carbon intensity of our energy also declined, and natural gas played an important role in that alongside increased growth in renewables. Now, that doesn't include methane emissions. If the emission of methane, which is another potent greenhouse gas, methane is natural gas. If it's combusted, it turns into carbon dioxide, which is actually not as bad for the climate as if it's just vented into the air as methane. That's worse for the climate. So there's a lot of debate about how much of that methane is being leaked into the atmosphere. At the current EPA level estimates, the total greenhouse gas impact of natural gas for power generation is considerably better than coal. If we find out that those methane emissions are considerably higher than the EPA estimates, then that balance.
And some people think that's really the case.
Some people think that's the case. The factor that people don't take into account, though, when looking at natural gas's role in reducing emissions directly, is that when natural gas got a lot cheaper, people started using more of it. They didn't just use more of it in the power sector. They used more of it in other parts of the economy as well. This is known as the rebound effect. People talk about this in the context of energy efficiency all the time, that if you buy a more efficient appliance, you're probably going to use it more. If you improve the efficiency of your house, you're going to heat it more, and that offsets some of the gains from just improving energy efficiency. The rebound effect applies to fuels as well. If energy gets cheaper, we use more of it. When natural gas got cheaper, we used more of it. And so that mitigated some of the climate benefit of that switch from coal to gas.
So has the gas boom been oversold in some respects in terms of its climate benefits?
I think so. The climate consequences of the gas boom have been oversold by environmentalists. The climate benefits of the gas boom have been oversold by the industry. It's the same as the economic story. The economic benefits have been oversold by the industry, and the economic costs have been oversold by environmental groups. That's the point we make in our book. Taking that middle road makes for a very unprovocative book to read, saying it's not as good as you think, it's not as bad as you think, it's kind of somewhere in the middle. Doesn't sell copies, but I think that's about where we are.